And I'd
Hello.
like to welcome you all to our 1:30 p.m. Thursday session with the Prevention of Blindness Society. We'll be doing an introduction and overview of iPad accessibility features with Tara. I'm going to go ahead and read our disclaimer before we get started. The WildTech DC Senior iPad program, its owners and presenters offer technical assistance, virtual health, well-being information designed for educational purposes only. You should not rely on the information, any apps or topics made by WildTech, including but not limited to mobile device applications and any social media pages maintained by WildTech, its owners or presenters as a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, treatment, or legal advice. Thanks so much for letting me read the disclaimer. If you cannot see us, hear us, or see the screen, please let us know in the chat. We would appreciate that. Let's make sure to keep our TVs and cell phones silenced to the best of our abilities to give others and ourselves the most immersive experience. And as always, make sure you take notes and screenshots so you can review the information for later. But this session will also be posted on our YouTube channel. So once again, Tara, if you could introduce yourself and your topic for today, we really appreciate you coming on, and we're going to learn a lot today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Alex, and thank you, everyone. Alex, can I share my screen now?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, let me see. Of course, share device audio. Okay. So can you see my iPad?
Yeah, you can go to your slides.
Okay, can you see the slide now?
Yep, you're good.
Okay, great. I'm really glad to join you all today for this session. And it's always fun to be with you all. I truly enjoy it. My name is Tara Aziz. I am the Senior Coordinator for the Low Vision Programs at the Prevention of Blindness Society. So who are we? Prevention of Blindness Society, or we call ourselves POB, because it's just a long name. We are a local NGO, a local nonprofit organization. We work in the DC metropolitan area, so Washington, DC, Montgomery, Prince Georgia, and Northern Virginia. We have several programs. Okay. So I will talk a little bit about POB and then our low vision program. Afterwards, how to keep our eyes healthy while looking at these screens and staring at them so many hours. And then I will touch upon some iPad accessibility features. So as I mentioned, we concentrate on the eyesight, eye health, and we help people who have low vision to stay independent and live independently. I don't know how many, because I cannot see you well. I don't know how many of you wear eyeglasses, but just as statistics, 1 in 10 adults over 70 experience vision issues, which cannot be resolved by just regular over-the-counter eyeglasses. So they need more help. Just bear this in mind, 1 in 10 over 70. What are the factors that really impact when we age? We have problems with light. The light is never enough. So an 80-year-old person needs twice light as a 20-year-old. This is how much light we need as we grow older. Contrast gets a bit harder for us, like black and white. We always say, why is the newspaper having such faded colors? Why isn't it like before? Why are they, I know they are using grayscale, but this applies to everything we read. It fades more and more, and as if they are using gray more and more. So contrast is a big issue for us as well, those of us who have low vision. Also glare, like going in the sun or just staring at sometimes even our iPads. The glare bothers us a lot. So light, contrast, and glare. These are major issues to always keep in mind. How do we know it is time to go and see the eye doctor? There are a few things to always keep in mind. If it's becoming hard for us to read, if it's hard for us to see at night or drive during the night, or when it becomes like difficult for us to walk downstairs, like especially when we're going from a dark area to a lit area and we're going downstairs, it's very hard to see. And if we have fallen over the last year, then honestly, please go and check your eyes. I don't want to scare everyone, but our area, the DC area, is the highest in the country when it comes to glaucoma disease. That's why please go and check once a year. We have 2 low vision resource centers. And the third one, hopefully our DC office, it's now under renovation and will be opening sometime in the summer. And I invite you all to visit us. It will be like state-of-the-art place for people with low vision. I know most of you don't have low vision, or maybe all of you, but it's always good to know that these resources are available. We have an office in Bethesda and another one in Alexandria. What do we show people at these offices or these centers? First, we have magnification tools. I don't know if you can see my magnifier. I have an orange handheld magnifier that I keep in my bag all the time. And I look at my iPad or iPhone with it. I shouldn't be doing that, but I do. We show people different kinds of handheld magnifiers, just the traditional ones that you hold with your hands, and many of them have work with batteries and have light. There are the electronic magnifiers. So some of them are the size of your iPads or your smartphones, and some are even bigger. It depends on what people need. I'm sure you have tried the magnifier app on your iPads and iPhones. Actually, this app works wonders. Like with this magnifier, you don't only magnify, but you can increase the contrast, the brightness, and many people find it easier to read like black on white or yellow on black, and you can change the colors on your magnifier the way your eyes feel comfortable with. So I encourage you to use it, try it out. And I mean, I will try to show you after we finish, but I'm not sure if it works or not when we're using Zoom, but we will try. The other things that are available, large print books. In the library, our libraries, the public libraries are full of large print books if you don't want to exhaust your eyes. There are other things that you can do. There are audiobooks, other things too. And there's something called bump dots, which is something simple, but it helps so many people use their devices at home. Many people use them on their microwaves, like on the knobs. Put these bump dots on the start and stop button. Use them in the on their space, like on the oven, dishwasher, washing machine. I have these at home as well, and use them especially on the microwave. It makes it so much easier for me to use. There are also other things. There are large thermometers. Like at the office, we have a talking blood pressure machine. There are large calendars, everything, even games, cards, playing cards, Monopoly, all these things, you can find them large print. It's just to help people. Lighting. Even in your homes, try to use, like, always have the light. If you're reading something, to have the light behind you and a little bit to your right or to your left, because you cannot have the light in front of you because of the glare. So always try to put the light behind, either to the right or to your left. There are goose lamps that you can use. They have small magnifiers. And for glare, you can see these eyeglasses, the yellow eyeglasses. We have orange, yellow, pink, green, so many colors. Some people find them easier, like with the yellow, they prefer it to other colors, especially when it's snowing. My friend, she uses an orange color eyeglasses, and this reduces the glare for her and makes it much easier for her to see. So sometimes simple things that we haven't thought of, but it just makes it easier for us. And for other things that we need to do to protect our eyesight, there's the 20-20-20 rule. So if you're staring at your iPad for 20 minutes, you need to look away, 20 feet away for 20 seconds. Please don't forget that. We tend to forget ourselves and stare for hours at these machines. So please, 20-20-20. And always keep these screens clean. Sometimes we use lotion or something, and then we put our fingers on the screens, and that's not good for us, because then we just try and stare and look, and it makes it harder for us to see. And not in this weather, but try to spend time outside as much as you can. Again, away from these screens keeps our eyes and our bodies healthy. Healthy diet, not the rhubarb pie that Alex was telling us about, but one piece is fine. Healthy diet is important for our eyes as well. And the sun, even when it's cloudy, the sun rays affect our eyes. So wear a hat with a broad rim. This will, because sunglasses alone is not enough. So try to wear a hat as much as you can when you're outside, even on a cloudy day. And of course, before going to bed, stay away from smartphones, iPads, at least 1 hour before going to bed. I don't want to say I'm preaching, and sometimes I don't do these things, but I try as much as possible to implement. So if you want to contact us, this is our contact information, and you have the slides, and you can contact us anytime. Okay. So now I will go to our iPad accessibility. I will just close this. Okay. Any questions so far? Anything you would like to ask me about our organization, about eye health, before we go to iPads, iPad accessibility? Anything you would like to talk about?
Oh, well, thank you so much, Tara, for your session so far. It was very informative. I've never heard of the 20-20-20 rule, so thank you so much for that. It's very helpful. And I like when you said that sometimes, we do those things that we may not supposed to with our screens. So, no one's perfect, but it's always just a good idea just to keep those things in mind for our health.
Absolutely.
But thank you. If there are any questions, do you mind going back to your slides with the contact information? Our folks can take a screenshot.
Yeah,
There's also your contact info there as well, and some of the other services and their contact
absolutely.
information. Does anyone on our call today have any questions, any comments?
Oops. What did I do?
For
Okay.
Tara, before you move on to our demo.
Mhm.
Any questions for Tara?
Anything you can think of.
And do you mind going back to the PowerPoint,
Sure.
Tara? Yes, it's
Yeah.
just so again, folks can take screenshots and make sure
Mhm.
they have this information, okay?
Okay.
All right, Miss Celeste, thanks so much for joining. You have a question or comment for Tara?
I have one with regarding glaucoma, and I understand that glaucoma is hereditary. and that is a form also of certain age of cataracts. So can you expound on that as far as cataracts and glaucoma?
For glaucoma, that's correct. It is hereditary, and I have it as well. I've had it since I was 21 so I've had it for a long time. It's always good to check. With my case, I have to check every 4 months, just to make sure. And in the beginning, it gets managed with eye drops, and then now they are using laser treatments. So it can be managed if you go to the doctor the right time before it impacts the optic nerve. So it's really important to go and check. Cataract, again, it's an aging process. Many people get it getting it after 50. So I wouldn't say cataract is hereditary, but it's age related. So many people who are young don't get it early, but after 50, usually it's part of the package.
Miss Celeste, did Tara assist you with your question? Was that
Yes,
helpful?
she did. That was very helpful. Yes.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much, Miss Celeste. Just wanted to make sure we answered everything you had for us.
Okay.
All right. I did see we had another hand, but now there's no longer one. Any other questions or comments, anything for Tara before we move on to our live demo? But just thinking that the opening of the DC site, that sounds exciting.
We will have different kinds of lighting, even the texture of the walls, it will be different. So people who have low or no vision can experience so many things. Because many things, for us people with low vision, we use our other senses to compensate for our vision. So we use the touch more, we use our ears more. So these things all impact. That's why I hope you will get a chance to visit us when it's open.
Amazing. Thanks so much, Cara.
Okay.
Hi, Miss Dolores. Thanks so much for joining. You have a question or comment for Tara today?
Yes, I just want to comment on the 2020 rule. I was glad that you shared that. And the reason why I'm saying that, because last night I was looking at a movie, on Tubi. And, movies last sometime from from a half an hour to 2 hours. And I noticed after the movie was over that my eyes started, hurting, which is still hurting a little bit right now. Do you think that comes from, watching the screen for such a long time?
Yeah, definitely. Because, they get strained, they get dry. And please always use the eye drops. What do you call them? Like Refresh and these ones. Because when we stare at these screens, they dry up our eyes. So always try to keep your eyes humid and healthy. The eye drops are important to use them. The artificial tears. I forget myself sometimes. Like I watch few episodes of something on Netflix on my iPad, and I forget myself, and then I feel how it's strained my eyes are.
Oh, so you're saying because what happened by watching the movie that long that my eye became dry?
Yes, absolutely.
And isn't it right, Tara? Like when you're staring at these screens, you tend to blink less. When you blink less, you don't have as much moisture in your eyes, and there's more chances like for a little debris to stay in your eye when you blink less. So, myself, I definitely have experienced that myself as well.
Exactly. So, I keep the eye drops, these artificial eye drops, beside my bed. So not only in the mornings, but I try during the day to use them twice, or if I remember, 3 times a day, because we use our eyes so much staring at the phone and the iPad without thinking about it, and we just forget.
Right. Oh, okay. Well, thank you for sharing. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Miss Dolores. Yes, and TVs, technology is all around us these
Yeah.
days, so it's really important. And I like the light tip you shared
Mhm.
because of the glare. So thank you
Yeah.
so much for that too, Tara.
And,
Um,
and also to try to be outside as much as you can. Again, it helps our eyes to relax without staring at a small screen for a long time. Just
right.
fresh air and not in this weather, but
Right, but I mean, iPad,
yeah,
thank goodness for iPads. The screen is
yeah,
relatively bigger for iPads, and
yeah.
it was better than maybe staring at a phone all day. So
True.
I'm
Mhm,
happy that I have this iPad with the
mhm.
bigger screen because it
Yeah,
doesn't have as much as an impact, but it still does. But
mhm,
it's a bigger
yeah.
screen, right? We have another question in the
Mhm.
chat, and then I got you, Miss Cunningham. I'm glad
Sure.
that you came back on. Mr. Dave shared his 2015 vision, the best vision, better than 2020.
I'm really not a physician and I cannot answer this question, but I don't know. I'm sorry about that because I thought 2020 was the best, but I'm not sure. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, thank you so much.
Sure.
All right.
Mhm.
Thank you, Miss Cunningham, for joining. You have a question or comment for Tara today?
Yes. Do you think that buying the glasses from the drugstore and like the CVS, the drugstore and the
Mhm.
dollar store, is that better or worse than getting them from the doctor? I mean, just
Yeah.
just
Mhm.
for
Mhm.
uh if you're farsighted.
Yeah. It depends on, honestly, if you don't have like vision issues, some people find them useful. But if you're farsighted, I'm not sure because I mean these drugstore glasses are readers. They call them readers. So like they're +2, +3. They magnify for you. I'm not sure if they work for farsighted people. That's why it's always better to check with an optometrist.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, give your
Yeah.
eye doctor a call.
Yes.
Your
Yeah.
your PCP
Okay.
so you
Yeah.
can get the most and best help that's catered to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Because honestly, I mean, because the percentage of glaucoma in DC in particular is the highest in the country, and this scares me.
Really,
Yes, it is. So
really.
it's really worrying. That's why I urge you to see an eye doctor at least once a year.
Wow, didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Thank you so much for sharing, Tara.
of course.
All right, we have another question.
Sure.
All right, Mr. Lee, thanks so much for joining us today. You have a question or comment for Tara?
Yes, I do.
Mhm.
Sometime at night, I wake up in the morning with sleep in my eyes. Is that a condition, or is that something I can a product I can buy to take care of that?
Sorry, what do you have in your eyes when you wake up?
Sleep in my eyes, sleep and like sand or whatever you call.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
that's the
like the
dryness.
sleepy stuff.
Yeah, that's the dryness Alex was talking about as well. Usually they say, I mean, I'm not a doctor, as I said, but like you use warm compressors, like warm water compressors, and clean your eyelids. It's usually an eyelid issue. So just try to clean it with warm water.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Mhm.
Yeah, I generally wash my face in the morning, especially
Mhm.
after maybe a long night of sleep or, just to kind of refresh yourself. So, uh,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah. Yeah, but with this crust, they always say, I mean, warm water compressions or warm water would help a lot.
Thank you.
Of course.
Thank you so much, Mr. John. All right. Any other thoughts, any other questions, etc. for Tara today? Well, let's make sure to hit lower so we can lower our hands. Okay, you guys? Thank you. Any other comments, any other questions? But thank you so much for the everything so far. You guys are asking some great questions.
Yeah, thank
Okay.
you.
All right. I guess we'll have one more because time flies
Hey.
when you're having fun. We'll have our
Yeah.
demo, and then are able to answer any other questions as well.
Mhm.
All right, Miss Celeste, thanks again for your question or comment. You had another one today?
One, well, watching TV in the dark, does that as far as ruin the eyes if you're watching TV in the
They,
dark?
I think they always say it's not good to look at a screen when it's dark. It's
Mhm.
not good for the eyes. So try to, even if you have like a table lamp or something, to have something on. Like at night, they say don't look at your phone in the dark. I mean, many people, you wake up in the middle of the night, let me just check my phone. And that's very bad for the eyes without having any other light on, just the light from the screen. That's not good. So the same applies to the TV. I know in the cinemas we do that, but maybe for some reason, I mean, the screens are different. I have no idea. But they always say looking at the phone or iPad, always have some light, like ambience light. For TV, I honestly don't know, but I guess it's always better to have some light.
Right. I
Yeah.
love I know you're going to be talking about the accessibility features, but I
Mhm.
like the dark mode and on
Mhm.
the device and the phone. It really helps out, but with TV you don't have as like those
Mhm.
certain options as well. So
Mhm.
my TV is particularly bright and that's
Mhm.
just because of the way it is. So I
Mhm.
have to take note of that at night. So
Yeah.
I can make sure I get a good night rest and less strain on your eyes, you know?
Always.
But thank you, you guys.
Mhm.
We really appreciate the
Mhm.
questions, and I hope you guys learned something new so far in our session today. So I think we can start our live demo.
Okay. Alex, have you touched upon the magnifier app on the iPad at all, or no?
Well, specifically, no, I think I've definitely mentioned it at some
Yeah.
point, and I actually let's see, I had the link for it in here. Yep, I'm gonna share the link in the
Yeah.
chat for everyone, but it's a free app. It comes downloaded on
Mhm.
all the iPads, so everyone should have access to the magnifier app, but it's very
Yeah.
convenient.
Can you see the magnifier on my?
Yes, you see
Okay.
your home screen, you can go to the app, and I
Okay.
tried it in Zoom. It should work in Zoom.
Okay.
Yeah,
Let's
it
see.
works. Yeah.
Okay. And you can see the paper. I mean,
Yep,
what's
yep. No, the
okay?
whole, some apps, may
Yeah.
not work with Zoom in the video,
Yeah.
but we could see
Yes.
it perfectly.
Okay. That's great. So this is the magnifier app. I have a paper here, and I just put it in front of the iPad, and we can zoom and we can do other things. Oops, sorry. Okay, like this is the brightness. You can make it dark or bright as much as you can, or you can make it change the colors. So some people prefer this, some people with low vision, or like that, white on black. So this is a magnifier on your iPads and your iPhones that comes very handy, and many people use it. You can even turn on the flashlight, which I don't think it will work like that, but
No, unless you
yeah,
what kind of iPad do you have, Tara?
it's the 12.9.
Oh, okay, the ninth
Yeah.
generation.
Yeah, and I think the even the flashlight is on. Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay,
So
amazing.
yeah, so you can even use the flashlight with your magnifier. Um, so many oops. So
Yeah. Well, with
the
with the iPads that, the ninth gen iPads don't have a flashlight in a
oh okay.
particular, yeah, and these ones that we have, some iPads do, like the
Yeah.
iPad Pros, but if you have an iPhone,
Mhm.
then definitely with the
Yeah.
magnifier, you can use the flashlight feature along with it.
And it has another feature which is detection. It explains what, like if you have a scene in front of it, it explains it to you verbally. I cannot use it now because it will not work with Zoom, but that's another thing to consider as well.
We
Okay.
did that with the Seeing AI app. We did that with Rachel last time,
Oh,
and
excellent.
it was similar with the being able to actually transcribe the words and actually read them to you. So she was able to show us that with
Yeah.
that.
So many people use like the magnifier on the iPad or the iPhone to read their mail. If there is something, this helps them a lot. So that's the magnifier for anyone who's interested. Now I'll go to settings. And yeah,
Again, you
sorry.
guys, I did put the link to the app in the chat, so make sure
Yeah.
you check it out, okay? You guys.
And when you check it out, this would tell you what you prefer. Now, like we have the black writing on a white screen, or do you prefer the inverted colors? Whichever works for you, because each person has different vision, has different eye issues, or even the way we look at things. It's all different. Okay, so we go to accessibility. I pressed on accessibility. I think Rachel talked about the zoom and the display and text size. She mentioned that. Do I need to mention it? Shall I mention it again or?
Yeah, any a different explanation always helps out because we are, especially with these features, we could
Yeah.
always review. So anything that you find very useful,
Yeah.
please we could go over once again.
So you can see like the writing on my iPad is a bit large because it's just for me to be able to see it. I use the zoom feature, which does not work with when we're using Zoom. What this feature does, it helps me use my two fingers and make the screen bigger so I can look at things bigger. The display and text size is also important. I have the bold enabled, the bold text. Again, it makes everything clearer for me. It's less faded. It's less gray. It's really black. I have the large text on, and it's almost all the way to the right. Does it show if it's smaller or bigger?
Yes, when you adjust the
Okay.
size here, we see it.
You
We
saw it
as
got
well.
smaller.
Mm-hmm.
And this size for me doesn't work. So that's why I have to make it bigger so I can see. Again, so this is the size I use. Reduce transparency. Again, this is important when contrast is an issue. So that's why I have it always on, because I always have a problem with contrast. And I have increased the contrast. Maybe for some people, it doesn't make much difference, but for me, it does. So I put it on again. Just this little contrast helps me. Anything helps. I don't use smart invert, but this is what Alex was talking about. I know many people prefer it like that, the white on black. It's just kinder to the eye. But for me, I just find it hard to see. The smart invert is easier than the classic invert because with the classic invert, even the photo gets inverted. So it doesn't work well with photos. Okay, so auto brightness, if this is not on and you are in a dark place, it will be very dark. So auto brightness, okay, I don't know why. Now it's too dark because the room is dark actually. Okay. Let me just turn on the light. So okay. So these are the things that work for me and it might not work for others. I use spoken content a lot. And what is speak selection? The button appears when you select text. So if I want to have this screen read to me, again, it will not work because we are on Zoom. What I do, I use 2 fingers and slide from the top to the middle. And when I do that, and now it's not showing because of Zoom, I will get a bar which shows play, rewind, forward, speed, and it will read the screen for me. This speak selection and the speak screen for me are very important because I use it when I have an article on the internet. So why bother and read the whole article? I use my 2 fingers, slide down, and it reads the whole article for me. The speech controller is this bar that I talked about. You can have it all the time on your iPad, and it's a very small thing. It shows like that. Or if it bothers you, you can have the controller off. This is what
Settings, Tara Aziz, Apple account, iCloud, and
Do you
more.
hear that
Ready
or
for
no?
Apple Intelligence.
Yes.
1.
Yes.
Finish
We hear.
setting up your
Okay.
iPad. 1. Airplane mode. Off. Wi-Fi. Your eyes
So-
2.4.
So this is what it does. It reads the screen for you. And I have set it up in a way that it highlights what it's reading. So you can see the blue. It gets blue when it's reading a particular paragraph. You can play around with the color. You can make it highlight word by word, not the whole paragraph. It's all what you feel comfortable with. So this is the controller, which we have. And you can make it even
Bluetooth. On. Battery. General. Accessibility. Apple Intelligence and Siri. Apple Pencil. Camera. Control center. Display and brightness.
So that's like 2 times faster than the normal. If you're an avid reader and you can listen to things so fast, it's not an issue. Oops, sorry. I pressed.
And this speak does, I didn't know the speak was actually an accessibility feature that's on by default. So you can select text and it'll speak it even when you're on Zoom. So I've done that before in the past.
Yes, which is great. Which is, I mean, it's really a very nice thing. And sometimes I like listening to other languages as well. And you have the options of having other languages read to you as well. They have a list of languages. So that's also a nice feature to have.
Oh yeah, I've heard I've
Mhm.
used the selection. I never went into
Mhm.
the speak screen before, so that's
Yeah.
very interesting as well.
Yeah. So this I have the highlight content on, which you saw it became blue when it was reading. Either word by word, sentence, or the word and sentence. You choose whatever works for you, whatever you like it to show. I'm just looking at, of course, you can change the voice, the language, everything, which is nice. So these are the main issues we have with vision accessibility that I personally use and would like, that's why I wanted to share with you. Another thing I use just to make my life easier, I will show you my note, which I mean, this is not something, it's not something to do with accessibility, but I use it a lot because I use the stylus with it. So I can write as big as I want, thicken the pen if I want to, so I can, okay, for some reason it's not showing, but I can make the pen thicker or thinner just for me to be able to read, because it's hard for me to read just regular writing on a piece of paper. That's why I use a stylus with my iPad, which helps me a lot when I write notes. And
yeah, you can hold the utensil and then you can then select the thickness for that utensil. So if you hold the marker at the bottom, you
yeah,
can.
it's not doing it. I know, but
Oh,
for some
wow.
reason it's not. Yeah, I mean, I usually make it a little bit thicker.
Yeah,
yeah, but for some reason it's not working,
that's
which is
cool. I mean,
yeah.
it seems like you're actually like writing in real life, so it's really fun
Yeah.
with this feature.
So anything else you can think of that might be helpful, that it would be good for me to
Sure, Tara.
address?
What about do you use the Seeing AI app or do you use any other apps?
I use the Seeing AI, of course. Yeah.
Can you cover it once again? I think it's
Sure.
really helpful.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Short text.
So let's bring our piece of paper again. Okay. This is our piece of paper.
Spoken RX is a breakthrough feature on the CVS Pharmacy registered sign app that reads prescription information aloud
Can you
via
hear
radio
us?
frequency identification, RFID,
Okay, thank you.
339,682.
And we can take a picture of it.
Information. Document. Top and right edges not visible. No edges
you-
visible.
Yeah.
You're scanning.
Processing. Prescription information. Spoken RX is a breakthrough feature on the CVS Pharmacy registered sign app that reads prescription information aloud via radio frequency identification.
Again, you see, I have set it up in a way that it highlights what it's reading, just for me to make it easier to follow.
Prescription information. Spoken RX is a breakthrough feature on the CVS.
So we can do that as well with it. Of course, if there is a person in front of us,
Person.
we don't have a person, or it can explain a scene.
Preview.
So let's see. I'll take a picture. This is the back of my laptop. Let's see if it understands what it is.
Processing. A computer with wires plugged into it.
Oh wow.
Not bad.
Not bad at all.
No, not bad at all.
I don't think she showed this feature, so that was really cool. Maybe try it with the document or another thing.
Yeah,
Just
let's try another thing. So for instance, this is,
oh, try it. Does it work with the clock?
let's see,
A clock on a wall.
a clock on a wall. Okay. So
That's amazing.
let's try something else. Like, that's the mess of the room, but that's okay.
A room with a desk and shelves and a computer monitor.
Okay.
Pretty accurate to me.
Yeah, yeah. So
That's
it's not
amazing.
bad. It's not bad.
Short 5,688. Short media 500 document.
Okay. So this is Seeing AI, which is really nice. And I use it sometimes when I'm at a store and I cannot see the I cannot see the label on something.
Yeah, she mentioned that Rachel does that too, because the writing on the label can be so tiny.
Exactly. So that's a problem. And even like in department stores, I cannot see the size or what's the material. So I use that as well.
Yep, I just shared the Seeing AI app in the chats. And it's a free app. So
it's a free app. Yeah.
Any other ones?
Actually, I don't have it on my iPad.
Have you used Be My Eyes?
I have it on my phone, but I don't have it on my iPad.
Okay.
But there is another magnifier that I can show you. It's on my phone. It's called Reboca. Let me show. Yeah, again, it's on my phone, unfortunately. But if you can write it down, Alex, in the chat, it's REBOKEH. You can have it on your iPad as well. And it's it's a very good magnifier.
Yep, it says easy reading from long distances. You can create and save presets. You can navigate. Wow. So I also just put that into the chat as well, you guys. So check this out. It seems like people use this out when they're out and about.
Yes.
So I like the preview for the images. It seems like they use it when they're just out and about uh, to see the world the way they want to.
Exactly. Yeah. So these are like few things that we use a lot on. I mean, I honestly do almost everything with my iPad. I don't want to talk about Siri because it will not, I don't think it will work with the Zoom.
Oh, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately. But I use Siri for reading my emails, for even sending emails. I use that a lot. It helps me not look at my iPad a lot. So Siri helps me with dictation. I use dictation all the time when I write emails. But again, you always have to review what it was dictated because they tend to make mistakes, which is normal.
Yeah, but they're really good at it. It's like
Yeah.
it's like I get like 95% it totally right with when I use dictation if I'm on notes or something. And I mean Siri's amazing. You can use it hands-free, so you know when you say hey Siri, it automatically activates, and you can ask it for anything, the weather, a math calculator problem, anything.
Exactly. And the other thing, like I have my Kindle app. Again, I have increased the size for let me go to this. So like I have everything big.
Rachel showed us the Washington Post app and how the accessibility features on there too. So
absolutely. Yeah. So there are these things as well. Any other questions? Anyone has any questions about what we have shown or anything else that comes to your mind?
Oh, well, once again, Tara, thank you so much for presenting today. We really appreciate all of the knowledge and information that you shared with us. Do you guys have any last comments, any last thoughts or questions for Tara for our session today? Anything that you guys enjoyed? Any questions you guys may have, please raise your hand in Zoom and we'd love to hear from you. But in the chat, again, I put the Reboke app. I also put the Seeing AI app in the chat as well. I put the Magnifier app. Let me repost that for you guys too. And thank you so much for, again, this information, Tara. Thanks.
It's always my pleasure.
All right. Any questions before we end for today? But make sure you stay on for our poll. Hi, Cassandra. I hope you enjoyed. You have a question or comment for today?
Yes. The information Tara gave today was very good information. I'm having a lot of problems with my eyes right now, and I'm planning on going up to one of their facilities to let them check them out. I don't know if I have glaucoma. When I went to the eye doctor, she told me I had cataracts. They took the cataracts off, but I'm still having a lot of blurring. But one thing I heard you say, I looks at TV every night and I look at it in the dark. I can't look at it in the light because when the light on, it bothers me so much. I tell everybody, turn the lights off, turn the lights off. But seems like that's a problem.
Cassandra, try to find a light that does not reflect on your TV screen. Because I mean, this bothers me too. So try to find something that's not close to your TV.
Okay.
To bother you. Yeah.
Okay. But that was very good information, and I'm definitely going to be visiting one of those facilities soon.
Please do.
Thank you.
That's great. Thank you.
Thank you, Cassandra. Tara, do you mind putting up again the contact info, just one more time for us, just the way you guys can make sure you grab the information, share with your friends and family, just anyone you know that's visually impaired or having any vision issues. They're a great resource to be able to utilize and just ask for help. I know, Tara, you guys, do you guys refer folks to certain places or have any recommendations when like when folks come to you? What do you say to them in regard?
So we show them what's available out there. We tell them about the Library of Congress, the Talking Book program. We give them the form because people who have low vision qualify for this free program, and they get either a machine or it's an app you can download to your phone or your iPad and listen to books. You download books and then you listen to them, but you need to qualify first. So if somebody has low vision, qualifies for this program, we tell them about Metro Access, which is again a door-to-door service from the Metro system. Again, you need to qualify if one has a disability, and vision is one of them. So not necessarily vision, but other disabilities as well. And it's another great program too. We have our monthly newsletter we share with people by email. So if anybody wants to sign up, just let us know. We talk about vision issues. We talk about the calendar of events we have every month. We have the Tech Talk Tuesday once a month. We have a town hall meeting, and these are all virtual. So you just sit home and click on Zoom and listen in. So we have several meetings every month. We talk about different topics. Each time it's a different topic. Oh, that's what we do as well. So if you're interested in signing up, this is our contact information.
Thank you so much, Tara. Someone in the chat shared, I am double vision, so this was very helpful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Well, Tara, thank you so much for coming on and presenting to our seniors today. Do you have any last minute tips or any final thoughts about anything that you mentioned today before we end for today?
I really love your program, Alex. I love this program. And because I see the world through my iPad, that's why I'm so happy that so many people have the chance to experience this pleasure that I feel when I use my iPad. And I hope to join you all again, maybe in your next training or anytime. We're always happy to join. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, Tara. Have a wonderful weekend. Let's all say thank you so much to Tara and wish her a wonderful day.
Thank you, Tara.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tara.
Thank you, Tara.
Take
Tara,
care,
can you put your
everyone.
contact
Thank
information
you
back up for
so
me,
much.
please?
Thank
We
you. I will leave
appreciate
you
you.
now.
Tara, please, can you put your contact information back up?
Shut in.
Oh,